Yeah, yeah. I think it was new at the time, but now there's a number of them existing all over the place. But basically, community, where we got the idea from was community supported agriculture and a CSA. And what that is like instead of going to the local market or the shop or the store, you actually go to a farm and pay a membership fee up front for a season's worth of fresh farm produce. So it's interesting because it's kind of like a radically different model than most Americans are used to in the era of Amazon. Most people are used to just clicking whatever they want on their doorstep the next day, and demand is how the whole market kind of runs. In a CSA model, you surrender your right to ask for anything or demand anything, and you then kind of are at the mercy of what the farmer gives you in your box every week. So the trade-off is you're not able to ask for anything or make any requests, but what you do get is like the most delicious in-season, perfectly, like the flavors are off the charts. It's like what the farmer's family would be eating. And so once people start to experience that, they typically, and then it puts you into synchronized with the seasons and the rhythm of, you know, local produce. So we saw that model starting to work like in our local neighborhood in Amagansett. There had been a CSA program for almost 30 years. And I went and met with the farmer, the guy who started, Scott Chasky, and asked him, like, do you think this would work for fish? Like, what if we had people sign up for a season of fresh seafood, and then they just came, and basically that's exactly how we did it. They came and picked up their vegetable box at the farm every week, and we had coolers of fresh fish fillets there for the members. So they got their veggies and their fish in one shot, and the same rules applied. They had to pay in advance. They had to be willing to accept whatever, like a true catch of the day, whatever came off the dock that day, right. Which was a real interesting experience for a lot of folks. When, you know, we had sea robins, we had a lot. You know, it was what was really landing. So they got everything from the hits, striped bass and rockfish, as you guys call it down there. When it was tuna season, we got some tuna steaks in there and stuff, but early in the season they were getting things like monkfish or stuff that they weren't necessarily that accustomed to. And so it was a big education process, but it also, what really changed it all was we had some chefs here in New York, Chef Dan Barber at Blue Hill, specifically Chef Joe Realmuto at Nick and Tony's. Once they got kind of wind of this idea that they could sign up for, basically a membership in the local fishery, that's when, Gardner, that concept took off like a rocket ship, and we moved into wholesale. So we no longer had to do fillets and coolers. We were just running, refrigerated van loads of fish straight from the boats directly to the restaurants. And as simple as a concept as that might seem, it was like radically different than what anyone had been used to, because we had over the years become so accustomed to this demand marketplace and sourcing seafood from all over the planet. So the whole goal of either a CSA or a